let's move on to the next management. Aarti Industries reported a rather subdued set of numbers for the fourth quarter. Their revenues and EBITDA came below street expectations. Margins also contracted. We have Mr. Rajendra V Gogri, Chairman and Managing Director at Aarti Industries, joining in to take some questions. Mr. Gogri, thank you very much for joining us. Good morning. Good to have you here. Prashant this side. So, I mean, if one takes a look at the quarter, numbers are slightly subdued, as I said. Even if I look at the full year numbers, even and go by your own guidance on the EBITDA front, it's around what you guided for. You guided for 1,100 crores in terms of full year EBITDA. You've done about 1,090 odd crores. Margins look a little subdued. What happened in the quarter, and are things turning around? How is demand for end user industries for your key products? Go on.
Yeah, Q4, we have an annual shutdown for acid division, and we also had taken a shutdown in one of our Kutch division. So which has increased our asset management expenses by about 10 crore, and some volume impact also because of that shutdown was there in Q4. As far as the demand is concerned, discretionary side demand, dyestuffs, it seems to be recovering from at least Q1 of FY24. But some global demand is still, is under pressure on the discretionary side.
Okay. You're saying dye demand seems to be increasing a little bit?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and that is about 20-25% of your business?
Yeah, it's of our local business. So overall, it will be 10-15% on a total business wise. Okay. We have about 50% in agro and pharma and 50% on discretionary side. Yeah.
Correct. Could you give us an overall sort of, I mean, like you did for FY23, would you like to put out a guidance for FY24 on the EBITDA front? What would you like to do?
Yeah, FY24, we are looking at the volume growth about around 25%. But part of that volume will come from our non-regular market, because regular market demand are under pressure. So EBITDA growth will be lower than that. We'll be targeting around 20% growth in EBITDA for FY24.
Okay, that's something that you've spoken about earlier as well. So FY24 EBITDA growth of 20%. On the revenue side, just wanted to understand what is the target for the full year FY24 and 25. I'm asking in the context of the export markets because, as you said as well, there's some pressure that you're facing in export markets. So in that context, what would the revenue growth be over the next 2 years?
Yeah, revenue growth at constant raw material will be, in 2 years, about 35 to 40% revenue growth will happen as such.
And what about the export markets? Can you just give us some more, qualitative color on how things are progressing? Has it improved, or is the situation still weak? And which are the markets that, you're facing some pressure in?
Yeah, on discretionary side, we are looking at some pressure because of the higher interest rate, also some inventory correction also taking place. So what the feedback we are getting that, quarter on quarter, I think the demand should increase on discretionary side in FY24. And export still will be continuing around 50% of the sales will come from export.
Okay, all right. So what about R&D? What's the spend you're looking at as a percentage of revenues?
Yeah, we are spending about more than 1%, around 1 to 1.25% spent is coming from R&D. And we are also starting the construction of our new zone in Jagadia, where we'll be coming up with chlorotoluene related chain and multi-purpose plants.
So your that contract with Deepak Fertilizer, which was signed last year, that comes into play this year, right? How does that? What is the progress there, and how does that change things this year?
Yeah, basically it's a 20-year contract, and it comes on play. So we are going to get our raw material nitric acid on a formula-based ammonia plus basis. So there is a good both supply security and price stability, which will come because of this contract.
Okay, that comes into play starting this year. Otherwise, can you talk to us a little bit about what kind of capacity addition are you undertaking? Just give us a status update. What will come on stream in FY24?
Yeah, we actually commissioned a couple of specialty chemical blocks in Q4 or FY23. Our nitration plant and some other specialty chemical block will get commissioned in FY24. And first half of FY25, our ethylation plant in Dahej will get commissioned.
Okay. Can you give us a sense of which way raw material prices are headed? Because on a quarter-on-quarter basis, there is a little bit of pressure. I noticed, benzene prices have gone up 11% quarter-on-quarter. A couple of others as well. How is the situation now, and what could the impact be on your margins, which in any case contracted in the quarter gone by?
Yeah, currently, benzene is stable, and as we have a raw material pass-through model, so it doesn't impact much on our gross margin per kg basis.
Mr. Gogri, did you give us a margin target for FY24? I mean, if you could repeat that? Would we see
margin target
overall?
Generally we are not giving, because the raw material prices can impact the top line and EBITDA margin.
Okay, but this year you have that contract with Deepak, which ensures some amount of input security, right?
Yeah. As far as the nitric acid concerned, we are fairly secured now.
Okay, all right. So fair enough. So basically, Aarti Industries telling us 25% volume growth, 20% sales growth. Q1, there is some improvement which is starting to come through from the dyes segment. Mr. Gogri, thank you very much for joining us. Good speaking with you. It's a pleasure having you with us here on the program.